Quite a lot actually. Well, I'm kind of focusing between music and painting primarily. So on the painting side, I'm proud to say I have an exhibition coming up on the 19th. Well, it's opening on the 19th at Alliance Francaise on Alcazar Street. So the reception is from 6 to 9 around there. But what's making me excited is the fact that it's kind of put me in a position where I'm doing some larger, more intricate pieces. Kind of knowing that there's gonna be a lot more people coming to see and stuff like that, and just kind of improve my output, as they say. So I'm excited about that. On the music side, I've been doing a lot of production and a lot of collaborations with some like-minded artists and producers in the UK and Spain. The internet is a wonderful thing, you know. So the plan is to put these efforts together in a product somewhere later down the road, and also have a live show coming up as well on the 28th at Kaiso Blues Cafe. But I try to keep active. That's one thing, you know. Not everything is gonna get this like full press and stuff like that, but there are a couple of places that I like to do events at, like at Trevor's. Well, what was Martin's, which is now Kaiso Blues Cafe as well. So I think it's important to kind of keep engaged with people, you know. Sometimes I just kind of put, like last time I put on a 70s party, and that was just kind of to get my friends together and have a nice time, you know. So I try to do things, not just sit and wait for the promoter to call or the event venue to call. So at least a couple times a year I'll try to do something. I would say I probably came to public attention, let's put it that way, around there was a show called Party Time, and there was a segment we would lip sync, and I used to, in fact I was kind of pretty much the only one doing like local music in the lip sync category, and eventually I won. And from there, always being a writer and always loving the stage, I just moved from that into music. So my roots are in Rapso, and it was around that time that the Kisskidee Karavan was formed. So me together with Julian Moore and Mark Jimenez and Brian Kinkinan Ford, we put together a group called Homefront, and well, kind of the rest is history, you know. So that was kind of like the watershed of music, you know. So we had quite a few, for the next couple of years, we had quite a few songs and stuff like that. But interestingly enough, around that time, I was still painting, because that was around the time when hand-painted t-shirts and the whole local fashion market was at like at a boom. And I remember painting t-shirts, going out on the street and sell stuff like that as well. I kept painting throughout my music career, but it's probably over the last 7 years or so I started back more seriously. Because it's interesting that you talk about style, and sometimes I just have to ask myself, well, what really am I then? Because I dabble, you know, but I wouldn't even call it dabbling, because whatever I try to do, I try to go as deep in it as possible. So right now, I think I try to cultivate a spirit, and from that spirit, however I choose to manifest, I'm trying to make sure that I can find ways for it to manifest fruitfully then. Because I think that's what it is. It's about not necessarily, well, Ozy uses bright colors or Ozy has a particular twang. I think it's deeper than that. And I think when you go deep to the core to find and to find where you are, look around, you know, feel the present tense of where we are. And that's what I try to do. And then from that, the rest of it is more like me allowing things to happen, not necessarily like deciding, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, but cultivating that inner spirit, you know, that inner calm and that understanding and acceptance of who I am and what I'm here to do, you know. I was walking up the road last night, and And I was thinking, well, I was kind of looking at the you know, like how nowadays it's like 16 seconds you have to say what you have to say, you know. And I was saying that could probably be a nice little web series now. Ozy Merique is, and it could be who I am, my entire history, because coming from a family of well, I grew up more on the more countryside, you know. But my grandfather is a calypsonian, like 75 years old and still singing. In fact, I think he's 81 now. My grandmother used to dance belly up in Guayagari. So the entire path of that entire trip, you know, I probably can't really say, you know, a lot of probably hire maxi and take people on a tour or some kind of thing and say, well, you know, yeah, I used to live on New Street, you know, yeah, this, and then from there I went across to Nelson for 2 years, and then I was in Tobago, and then I went to New York and I performed at Lyrical Cafe, mash up the place, you know. So Ozy Merrique is all of that, you know. Yeah, I want to feel now is the best time, you know, now, because things have kind of been coming to a certain kind of junction in life, you know. And certain things I think I used to stress about, I don't really stress about it anymore.
You just bring a lot.
Yeah, they got some grades. And so it's good. I think the time that may have been most difficult for me, I would tell you, I think there's certain times circumstances might interrupt or interfere with a project that I might really be totally invested in. And I remember I was doing this project, a gold series project or something like that, and I had it all organized and stuff, and then boom, state of emergency. And what happens is that because I kind of work on the ground, on the fringe now, my business is very sensitive to these little movements then, you know. My art is sensitive to the movements as well. So from there came a whole bunch of memes and stuff, so I kind of expressed my frustration with it. But it's just that it was like I was interrupted for a little bit now, and I had to kind of go back around and come back. But when all was said and done, I mean, like, great art still came out of it, you know. And I still wouldn't really count it as the worst, but it's just something that just popped into my head right now. I kind of easy going on a Steven, and generally,
Take it out.
yeah, you know.
And stop stressing.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, childhood was kind of mixed. It was mixed because I think growing up in San Grande, and then by extension Manzanilla and all around and stuff. It was easy to kind of get lost in my imagination, and it was easy to take a walk. Because I think I was always a kind of a sensitive and singular child, if you know what I mean. I wasn't antisocial, you know. I had lots of friends in school and stuff. But I was always fascinated by things that people wasn't normally be fascinated by then. And I think growing up in that kind of environment kind of, I think, helped to nurture that. Growing up in a family that cherished books, I think that was really helpful too, because I mean, I remember godmother brought this book when I was a child, and it was like, before I really fell in love with reading, I think that there are no pictures in this book. And I always remember that because I realized that reading created pictures in your mind without having to see the pictures now. And I thought I was so fascinated. So that kind of set me on the road to this exploration of art and music and writing and stuff. So I look back on my childhood with fondness. Look back on my teenage years with fondness too, you know. Yes, secondary school was a riot. So some good times. Yeah, I grew up with both parents.
You're still around?
Yeah.
Different. You're close to their father?
Different places. Well, I kind of move in and between. I'm a bit of a mover, if you know what I mean. So
rolling stone?
Yeah, pretty much. So there are times I would spend time with my dad, or spend time with my mom, or spend time on my own. spend time with somebody, you know. So yeah, I think they encouraged as best as they could the weirdness in me, all things considered. And a lot of people a lot of people been mentioning this. I don't know you just paint. I say, well, actually I used to paint before I started to sing, you know. So a lot of things that I still had to reveal, you know. And I have a family, I have a lot of girls in my family, a lot of sisters.
Your brother?
Yeah, I got some mixed, yeah. So yeah, that's it. What really had me thrilled, boy. I enjoyed the Kisskidee era, and making that breakthrough, and you know, like making that music, seeing the effect it had on people, seeing the effect a song like Rolling still has on people up to now. And that was in the earlys. That was like a high point. I was telling you earlier about going to New York and performing at Lyrical. There was a poetry slam. So I go on there, do my rap show, and the reaction of the crowd, who didn't know who I was, didn't know what island I was from, never heard a song, didn't know I was in this, didn't know I did that, and they were like going crazy, you know. And I think at that time I'd needed that. Because it was like a long time of kind of like knocking on the doors here, and they were amazed, you know. And that happened quite a couple of times because I used to go around to all the open mics and stuff as a stranger. So I think that is encouraging, and I always say that one of the things I've always wanted to see more in terms of art policy is travel, you know, get people to encourage people and support people in their efforts to carry the thing a bit further now, to cross over waters and stuff. It really changes your perspective as well. That it's never over. It's never done. Just when you think it's done, it now start. You know? And that's a lesson I'll try to share with as many people as I could. That just when you think it's done, and just when you think that sometimes you're going left and something pulls you right, and sometimes it might be a little bit negative, sometimes it's positive, it depends. But it's interesting that sometimes good luck hits you when you're not even thinking about it. Then sometimes opportunities come when you might be deciding to leave. You know, you're trying to leave the building and your name call. That kind of way, you know. So I think that's one of the things I'm learning to accept as well too, and to embrace. Yeah. Yes, it has. It has been a good life because I don't believe in giving up, and I've always looked for the positive in everything now. And even though from the outside sometimes things might look difficult, and things that might by any estimation is difficult, things are difficult. I do what I have to do. I think that there was one point in time when I'd kind of put it in a sentence. It was like in terms of like music, saying what you come in music to do. And my main mission at that point in time was to make a difference then, you know. And I think from on a general national sense, in my international sense, in the early days, I think I did. I think on a smaller scale, on the underground and stuff, I think I've continued to make a positive contribution, you know. And I think I've done that, and I think I will continue to do that as long as I can. So in that way, you know, that is what my fulfillment comes from. I was telling somebody last night, she's a drummer, percussionist, and she's on the police band and stuff. And I say the one thing I regret is that when I leave school, I should have joined the fire service. Because it would have given me a financial cushion, at least for a period of time, you know. I'd be saving lives. I've had a little bit more flexibility in terms of my time, in terms of doing music and art and stuff. No, but seriously, I don't think I really have any regrets. It's like, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's not really a road I tend to traverse a lot. You know. It used to be hairy spiders, but I think I get over that. And I still think I have a serious discomfort with heights. I don't really say a fear. I got discomfort. I mean, if there's a banister, I'm good. Don't give me no edge. Right? And well, can't really say, you know, Steven. Yeah, or maybe I don't want to.
Good.
Alright. I think there are a couple of things that I still want to do. One is to get, I wouldn't say one, to really start doing films. I've kind of started already, you know. I did a couple of courses. I've done like shorts. So that's gonna be next. So it's really about what I want to do next. I want to learn karate, you know, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just to look out for more stuff, more better stuff. Lots and more. I think the reason why let's save the other questions for the next couple. So when I launch my film. One of the main things I'm doing this year is something called Rocket Ship Shango, which is like a general type concept to deal with all the creative things that I'm trying to do. So the exhibition is called Headspace, and the event is called, the music event is called Soundspace. And so Rocket Ship Shango is about journeys, is about taking that trip, is about exploring new worlds, is about all of that. But it's also about connecting to your past and connecting to your history and your culture as well. So that's gonna be the main, we say hashtag now. So if anybody wants to contact or wants to link up, you can search that, of course, Ozy Merrique online in various forms and fashion. Well, there's been so many over my life, you know. So if I were to say like the most recent one, I sold a painting to somewhat of a public figure now, and he put it up and tagged me in it. And like in about a day, there were like 300 people kind of like liking and commenting, and it's like there was like the joy of a new discovery as well. They seeing my work for the first time, me realizing that if more people got to see it, more people would understand what it is I'm trying to do. And it was also made me realize, oh my God, you know, I really have friends and supporters out there who never give up on me now, you know? Because I think I never give up on myself. So that was the most recent OMG moment.